together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Just not feeling it today. It's one of those days I just, I don't really want to. I'm not sure what I want to do. So, all right. Today we're going to be talking about vigilance. We will be in the big book, page 33, I believe. Let me look. Yep, 33. I memorized something for half an hour. Good for me. Everybody's probably in their noon meetings and stuff. I don't know. Friday, we're having the grand reopening, which is a joke more than it is anything else. I'm almost done sharing here. This will all be different on Friday. Yeah. See, there's 6 groups that I share to on this. And yeah, it takes a little bit of time. But when Facebook lets me post, it does it to most of the places. I keep forgetting to put this in the gosh darn it. Okay. I keep forgetting to put it in the page Daily Trudge. That would be a big help. See? When this happens, it changes everything. So, all right. Yesterday, it was, God, I forget her name. I want to say Marcia, but that's not right. Melinda? Darn it. She was on the show. Melanie is her name. And she ran the Pueblo rescue mission. Did a great job. Since then, she's left. And, of course, kind of went to crap. I hate to say it, but see, one person can make a difference. But yesterday, she called me the bulldog of recovery. She's like, you don't give up for yourself or others. What a big compliment. That was a big compliment for me, and I appreciate that. I'm glad that people are recognizing what we are trying to do, not me. No. I don't, nah, it's a we thing. But we're going to talk about vigilance today, and vigilance is a part of not giving up. It's not quite what you think. The readings never are, but we're going to look up the word first. Right after we say, welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. And if you're here, please say hello, whether watching the live or the rewatch. Hi, Amber. If I didn't say it already. Looks like we got some other people. If you're here and you cannot chat, it would have to do with the fact that you have to be on the app in order to chat, is what I have found out. I have to say this is the thank you. Oh, it was Angel. I'm sorry. I just assumed it was Amber. I saw the rose is what it was. Hi, Angel. I said wrong person. This book's horrible. It's the Big Book Dictionary. It doesn't have half of the stuff in here. If you want to make a pretty penny by doing service work, redo this. I don't have the pages for it. So let's find out. Let's find out what vigilance means, because thankfully we could just ask Google. Vigilance.
Here's the definition of vigilance. The action or state of keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties.
See, when I heard vigilance, what I heard in my head was keep going, arduous, keep moving, right? But what it is keep and watch. Keep and watch on what's going on around you. Let's bring that back up. What is the meaning of the word vigilance? The quality of state of being wakeful and alert. That's very much us. That is very much us. Yeah, so let's get to the reading. We're going to go to page 33 in the big book. This is the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. If you do not have a big book yet, please do not go buy big book. It will be a different book. Buy the book Alcoholics Anonymous. Anonymous. It's anonymous. Hi, Amber. See, I could tell the future. I said hi to you earlier and you weren't here. It's because I looked up and just saw Rose. And usually it depends on who gets here first. Okay, but you both have an A and it's a color. And Amber is usually red. So I guess I can't go by those indicators either. It's different on this side, man. It's different on this side. All right. I'm going to start on page 32. There's a story about a young man who is drinking. Yeah. A couple stories about drinking in here. Just a few of them. A man of 30 was doing a great deal of spree drinking. He was nervous in the morning after these bouts and quieted himself with more liquor. He was ambitious to succeed in business, but saw that he could get nowhere if he drank at all. Once he started, he had no control whatever. He made up his mind that until he had been successful in business and had retired, he would not touch another drop. That's some frickin' willpower, man. Now, when I was 18, I could have done this. Yeah. Oh, yeah. When I was 18 and got sober, it was easy. It was easy to get off the hooch. Okay, I was 18. By the time if I would have kept drinking by the time I was 30, no. Okay. I was sober for 12 years, went back out for 15 at 45. I couldn't find the answer to get off the hooch. I didn't have it because, see, I didn't go through it before. It was new. And it took me 2 years. Actually, it took me longer than that. I'm looking at some of the dates in my big book, and my time is off. I think it was more like 3-4 years. I don't know, but I don't want to lie either. So I go with the smaller amount because I don't really know. All right. I wish I did. I'd have to go to my wife, but it's a drunk-a-log. I don't really need those times in order to continue to help people, do I? No, I don't. So what does it really matter? It was hard to get off the hooch, period, for me the second time. First time, breeze. So. Not touching another drop. An exceptional man, he remained bone dry for 25 years and retired at the age of 55. All of us are amazing people. There's amazing stuff in us. It doesn't surprise me that this is an exceptional man. Okay. There are exceptional people all through AA. Yeah. Why do you think I put together that grassroots? Let me put it this way. I invited the best of the best. That's what I did. I invited people like me. I invited the winners, not the wieners. How do I know? I used to be a wiener too. I also used to be a Dr. Pepper. Yeah. My friends here will get that joke. He retired at the age of 55 after a successful and happy business career. Then he fell victim to the belief that practically every alcoholic has That his long period of sobriety and self-discipline had qualified him to drink as other men. I get this. I get this. I went through it a little different way. Other people were like, yeah, we never understood why you got sober at 18. And that would be confusing, I think, to anybody. 18, alcoholic, you bet. I was alcoholic from the day I was born. So, yeah, absolutely. Out came the carpet slippers and a bottle in 2 months. He got out of all that, he decided to stay sober for that time. What does the guy get? He gets 2 months of decent drinking. We got more than that, didn't we? We got more than that. Why? Because alcoholism, this was one thing. There was the other thing that I was missing yesterday. Alcoholism does not require alcohol for your disease to progress. It's the only disease that will do this to you. It is different. Addiction's not like that. Once you stop, the charade and the bullshit stops, period. Now, that person might go to some old behaviors, okay? For us, those aren't old behaviors. That's us, period. It's all we've known. It's all we've known. We don't have the other part. We have to learn it. I was not instilled with honesty, maybe brutal honesty, but I couldn't find that fucking balance. Okay. And you know what? I'm finding that brutal honesty means something different to people, right? Brutal honesty is when I pretty much rip into somebody without name calling, but I give advice and other stuff. I give them the whole shebang when it was really none of my business. Okay, that's what I consider brutal honesty. And so now you can see why I'm like, no, brutal. But for other people, brutal honesty just might be, I'm being honest. Okay. So it might differ for people. It's something that I've noticed lately that I wanted to bring up. But but you can see this guy only got 2 months. 2 months. That isn't very long. This poor guy. In 2 months, he was in the hospital, puzzled and humiliated. He tried to regulate his drinking for a while, making several trips to the hospital. Meantime, it ain't gonna work. Hey, Gary. They do give you a day off. I catch you at lunch. Then, gathering all his forces, he attempted to stop altogether and found he could not. This must have just puzzled the fuck out of him, because the guy stopped drinking for 25 fucking years, all on his own. So he thinks, right? So why wouldn't he be able to do it again? The alcoholism had progressed. See what he did, what he failed to do, he pulled a poltergeist. He pulled a poltergeist. He moved the headstones, but he didn't move the bodies. And therefore, he ended up with a poltergeist that wouldn't allow him. It's closer than you think. You got to move the bodies. You ever seen the movie Poltergeist at the end? All these bodies are coming up, and he's shaking the guy that his boss, right? His boss, he's shaking him. He's like, you moved the tombstones, but you didn't move the bodies. Oh, I hope you don't have the same cold. It was a 2-weeker, man, and it was no fun. And I'm not going to ask you, is it COVID? I get sick. Is it COVID? Fuck off. It's a head cold. Oh, there, Gary. Brutal honesty is being an asshole while giving your opinion. Yeah, that's how I feel too. But some people are thinking being sincere and worded forthcoming is blunt honesty. Yeah, the difference there. Being a little bit more blunt. Blunt is being assertive while not being an asshole about it. Yeah, there's a way to let people know how you feel without being an asshole. It's true. Before I was incapable of doing it. I had to learn how to do that. I did. Thank you, Amber, for giving us a different word to use. Thank you. Every means of solving his problems which money could buy was at his disposal. Every attempt failed, though a robust man to retirement, he went to pieces quickly and was dead within 4 years. There's more to this than it sounds. Treatment centers. Don't sit here and tell me that the best treatment, the real high end treatment centers are the best ones because it didn't work. If he would have just gotten in the dirt and went to AA, would have been great. Yeah, me too. You too, Amber. I think it's going to be because of my anger, which will always be a character defect of mine, that I will always have to work on that also. So this case contains a powerful lesson. Most of us have believed that if we remain sober for a long stretch, we could thereafter drink normally. The problem is I don't know what drinking normally actually looks like. See, in my mind, 2 or 3. If you talk to a person that's a normal drinker, like, see how I put that? I didn't call them a name. They don't like being called normies either. Hey, you got to do this the right way. Oh, what do they care? We're just calling them. No, I call them non-alcoholics so that they feel, yeah, it might be something I work on the rest of my life. You're absolutely correct. And you know what? That's okay because I love progress, right? So I still win and it's awesome. Okay. All I have to say is thank God for the 10th step. 10th step saves my ass more than any other step. Not from drinking, from having a better day. From having a better day. It's not about the alcohol. See? Vigilance. I'm on the maintenance steps. And the maintenance is vigilance. That's all. Okay. But here is a man who at 35 years found he was just where he had left off at 30. No, he was more advanced. We just didn't know this stuff yet. In 1939, we didn't know about that your alcoholism will continue. Okay, that was more of a clinical thing. Yeah, oh yeah. I don't like being accused of doing something wrong when I didn't. Because now we've become a different people. I get this. Kind of like when somebody reports your video as sexual and you get cut off from Facebook for a fucking month. Yeah, I was pissed. I was very pissed for several days. I wanted revenge, and I knew who the fuck did it too. I did nothing about that. I didn't do it. No. I'll tell you why. I want them to forget about it first, then I'll do something about it. Come on. Yeah, it does. It does. But they don't say, they do talk about the progression of the disease. Yes, they do. Thank you, Amber. They talk about it all the time. But until you understand, you won't see it, I guess is what I was trying to get to. Thank you for clarifying that. I appreciate it. See, this happens all the time here. I've been wrong like 3 times now. So fucking what? Okay. And not wrong, not necessarily wrong, but see, we got different experiences, we got different opinions, we got different, and this is all okay. But yeah, I get that, Angel, because now we become a people. I'm a kind of person where if I did something wrong, I will admit it. So if I didn't do anything wrong, I will fight to my fucking tooth and nail to admit that I did not do it. But I'm gonna tell you something, nobody's listening. Nobody's listening. There are very few people that give a fuck that I was cut off. Don't care. We'll see you in 30 days. So what? See? Okay. I still got the same number of people. Actually, I get more views now. Grand reopening on Friday. I turn it into something else. So what? It's who we are. It's who we are. I could have either spent the month whining and crying. Yeah. And now, as a recovered alcoholic, I know that I'm always wrong. You know what? Everything that comes out of my mouth has the potential to be wrong. I know that. I know that. Yeah. And even now, I tend to think I'm right. I was just listening to Limp Bizkit, My Way or the Highway. I was thinking, yeah, so these motherfuckers better get on our highway here, man. It is my way or the highway. Rarely have we seen a person fail who has thoroughly followed our path. That's exactly the same damn line. It's just the other way sounds rough and egotistical and everything else. But it's the same thing in my mind. In my mind, it may be different for someone else. We got to remember that. Got to remember that, Dion. This case contains a powerful lesson. Once we have seen the truth demonstrated again and again. Yeah. Gary's an OA. So, yeah, eating normal. What the fuck is that? Because I don't know what it is either, right? Thanks, Gary, for throwing a little something else in there. Once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Commencing to drink after a period of sobriety. We in short time, as bad as ever. If we're planning to stop drinking, there must be no reservation of any kind, no lurking notion that someday we will be immune to alcohol. When I started drinking again, it didn't take long. It was probably, I don't know, about a year and a half before I would be homeless again. In my mind, it was like 2 or 3 months, but I've been wrong on time. So I'm going to, and I don't want to lie. See, here we are again, because I don't want to lie, then we'll give it a year and a half. Yeah, and that would be, that'd be the same thing as taking hey, can I have a sip of your whiskey and water there? I just want a sip, right? Okay. It's the engine that kills you. It's the engine that kills you. By the way, the engine is not called a locomotive. That's the whole train. I think I'm wrong on that. Actually, I think I'm wrong on that. Okay. I'm gonna have to look it up just because I don't want to give bad crap, even if it doesn't matter. So, yeah, once an alcoholic, commencing a drink after period of sobriety. So, lurking notions. What are lurking notions? Well, when my daughter gets married, I can have a drink. The guy just now we read about, he had a lurking notion. And that lurking notion was I can drink once I become a successful business person. And that was the whole point of the story. And why it's essential that it becomes a day at a time. See, these thoughts will start to happen if you leave AA or if you decide not to hang around people in recovery. Then it can make it a little bit harder. And it makes it kind of tough because AA isn't always good. I'll just say it. There are a lot of meetings I go to and I'm like, I just can't believe some of the shit I hear. I really can't. So Saturday's meeting is gonna be fun. It'll be so fun. It is. For me, Saturday's grassroots meeting, and Gary, I would have given you an invite, but it is a closed AA meeting, or I would have invited you, dude. I am looking at doing another group if this goes well. That's kind of for everybody in my life. That's more like a spiritual, because I have a lot of spiritual people in my life, and not all of them are alcoholic. So, but see, what I did is I started with alcoholism, right? Because that's my lane. That's my lane. Alcohol is my lane. Overeating is Gary's lane. He knows much more about it than I do. I guarantee you that. Right? So here's a good example. Let's say I meet somebody and they're an overeater. Can I help them? Yeah. Can I help them like Gary? Fuck no. Nope. So what am I going to do? I'm going to send them to Gary. What the fuck am I going to do? Don't eat that donut. I'm horrible with my food. I'd be a horrible OA sponsor. Yeah. Me too. Yeah. You know, this is how the program worked. In the beginning, the answer was no, because I was always wrong. I was always wrong, right? Then, after a little while, I became more and more right. Now, this is where it separates. This is why step 6 is so important, why it separates the men from the boys. What is the principle behind step 6? And Angel, I'm going to get to that. Willingness. Willingness. Okay. And when that willingness happens and it separates, you're either going to put a lot of humility into it or you're going to get big-headed. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. Because suddenly I'm right. Once an alcoholic is once right, you can't shut the motherfucker up. And now they will run around and they will buttonhole anybody. And if they find Jesus, it's going to get even worse. Don't get me wrong, I think Jesus is a great dude. Okay. But at this point, it's a bad idea. Okay. And then they totally forget about the rest of the program and they start two-stepping. You're never wrong when you defend yourself, ever. You're never wrong. What's wrong is how we go about it. That's the difference. And now, and I've known you for a little bit, and you're going about it differently. Okay. There's about 20 people now. And if we all pulled together, we could shut it down. But not all those people are going to be willing to do that. Some people just want to move on. Some people just want to move on. You know, it's a discussion that's being had. Do we put our efforts towards the house or do we put our efforts towards shutting down the bullshit? I'd rather have the house. See? That's how I'm defending myself. Because if I go out there and say, oh, they said this and they said that, they're not going to listen to me. The popularity trait is too powerful. I cannot, fighting peer to peer is like fighting stigma. You're not going to get anywhere. It has to be done on education and fact, right? So I get all of this. So the way that I get my justice, because that's really what I'm looking for, is by going out and doing esteemable things that contradict what they do because it's the right thing. So I have to show it. And that's the hard part when you don't have an arena with 100,000 people in it. Okay. They're always going to, what's that, and I'm going to get to all of this. No problem at all, Angel. And, a lot of people apologize to me here. I'm going to tell you something. Don't apologize to, just stop. Stop apologizing to me. Please, you don't have to apologize for Dion, I missed your live. Dion, I missed your podcast. Dion, I missed one of the million fucking things you do a day. No, I'm not worried about it. Right? And now that I forgot what I was talking about on that, we're going to go to some other things here. I used to strive for being the best. Now I strive for doing the best of my ability. Ta-da! Ding, 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 ding. Good answer. Good answer. Stupid Apple. Okay. So, yeah, I had to go get a new phone because my Galaxy 24 was probably the worst phone I had in the world. Did I charge it? Yeah. My new Google phone. Oh, man. I like it. I like it a lot. So, cool. Good. It's not just you, everybody does it. And they say it, and I appreciate it. I know why we say so, but I do so much that when you say sorry, sometimes I feel like I might be throwing too much stuff. Okay. I have some codependency problems. I might think of you more than me, and I've got to think of me first, don't I? I do. I know it's selfish, but if I'm not okay, then I can't. Da, 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 da. So, all right. Today, I'm an alcoholic. Tomorrow will be no different. Oh, well, it's not going to be any different. I'm going to be an alcoholic tomorrow, too. This is the way I describe it. I go to bed a recovered alcoholic and I wake up a drunk, and I go through it every day. It's Groundhog's Day, but the day's different. But it's Groundhog's Day. I'm a newcomer. If you got up before 11:30 a.m. this morning, you have more sobriety than me. I absolutely believe that. What does it do? It puts us all on the same level. Okay? I'm never going to be that old timer. My name's Dion, and my sobriety date is 4/16/16. I will never be that person. No. I have 600 days. I don't care. If it's under a year, I'll celebrate because I know you need it. But beyond that, you got to get some emotional sobriety under your belt and stop using time as a way to be successful for the day. You got today, and that's all you have. And it's called grace. It's a grace from God. It's a gift. Grace is a gift that's been given before anything happens. That is grace. We give it to our kids all the time. He is the Father. We are his children. Makes sense to me, and I need it. And I need it. My alcoholism lives within me now and forever. I must never forget what I am. Now, if everybody wasn't running around, alcohol wasn't here, and alcohol wasn't there, and everybody wasn't having so fun, we probably wouldn't give a fuck, would we? What is it, really? Is it that I wanted to drink like a normal person, or was it that I didn't want to miss out and I wanted to be a part of the fun too, without all the bullshit? That was different though, Amber. That was something that was fun. You didn't post it for people to go, oh, I did a great job. That's not why you posted it. You posted it because there was some fun in it, because we're not a glum lot. Okay? Big difference. Big difference there. Okay? All right. It's when people, you shouldn't count days, man. Okay? It serves no purpose. I didn't put my date in everything AA. In fact, I can't remember the last time I opened it. I just go to OIAA now. Why would I support? I would rather use OIAA to find my meetings because everything AA app is owned by a company. And I would rather my efforts go straight to OIAA than an app. Still a great app, and I recommend it to people. It's just where I want to put my support. And I'm not saying it's a bad app. And just so you know, Amber, I only picked 600 days because it's what popped into my head. So I don't want you to think I was picking on you. I didn't even remember that you had said that until you brought it back up. Alcohol will surely kill me. I'm going to rephrase this. My brain will surely kill me if I fail to recognize it and acknowledge my disease on a daily basis. Because it's my brain. It's not the. No. Alcohol wasn't outside waiting for me today. It doesn't mean it's not there. It's just probably hiding behind a tree or something. Maybe it's bugging the neighbor at the moment. I don't know. I don't keep track of it. But it's my brain that's trying to kill me, not alcohol. It's my brain that leads me to alcohol that thinks it's a solution. Okay? Here again, this is my experience. That doesn't mean that their experience is wrong. That's never what it means. I may even say I don't agree. That doesn't make them wrong. That just means I don't agree. Just because I think I'm right doesn't mean the other person is wrong. There's been plenty of times I have changed my mind on something. See, I don't want to get to the point where I become one of those older people that are set in their ways. There are some things where I am set in my ways, like my wife, like my relationship with my wife. But that's between me and her. And it's not what you think it is. She's the breadwinner. I clean the house. I'm the housewife. I'm the house husband. So what? I have been for years. Okay. She comes home to a clean house. I make sure that she gets a hug when she comes home. I treat her respectfully. I don't tell her about my day till I hear about her day for the most part, unless I'm crying at the time. Yeah. I'm actually thinking of, if anybody knows of a job where I can work from home and make at least $30 an hour while doing it on my own time, that would be great. We have a lot of really small bills in between like 300 and 500, and I'd like to just get them paid off. You guys know what I mean. Did you know that anything medical does not go on your record anymore? No. Maybe one day I'll make that amend, but I'm sorry. The hospitals treated me like shit. They treated me horribly. I can understand why, but those years I was trying to get sober, it was a mess. Even if I went, let's say I'm having a very bad PTSD attack. If I go to the hospital, they're going to give me nothing. I'm not playing a game in which I lose, which a loss is a temporary setback. Yeah. I'm not playing a game in which a loss is a temporary setback. No. A loss in my case on that is death. My body, I got lucky, man. My liver came back. My kidneys, yeah, they're better. I got lucky. I got very, very lucky. I was jaundiced. Any more drinking, I'm dead. My body can't do it anymore. I'm dealing with my disease for which there is no cure, only daily acceptance and vigilance. Yeah. Means I got to stay on top of it. We got to stay in 10, 11, and 12. Not cop new resentments. It's hard to do. Okay. Now I say you try it. I've copped resentments after doing my 4-step, and I've had to go back and do a mini 4-step, and they say it's funny because they say pray in the big book. They say pray for them for 2 weeks. I've been praying for these motherfuckers for 4 years. I'm still mad. Yep, I'm still mad. But I do it. You want to know how I do it? Because after a while, I don't even want to think of. I pray for the still suffering out there. Every morning, I pray for the still suffering. And God, what can I do? What can I do to help out with one of your suffering children today? What can I do, man? You know, now I'm going to be limited in what I can do, but I'm going to do the best with what I got. Like Amber was saying earlier, some days I ain't got nothing. Some days I come on here and I'm like, you guys, I don't even know what I'm talking about today. And I feel like crap. And I feel like the other shoe's going to drop. And then it turns into something else. It's just, we're not all sick on the same day, thank God. But I have noticed something, that we all tend to have a lot of good days together. See, there's always the other side. I just feel like there's something more, and it's constantly bugging me. When I had started earlier that a friend had called me the bulldog of recovery because I don't stop. It had to do with this, but yeah, I don't stop, man. There's not anything that I have that you can really take. So there's not much fear there. What are you going to do? I can tell you this. If you go to my wife and say your husband hit on me, she's going to laugh at you. She's going to laugh at you. Go to any of my friends and do that. And they will laugh at you. I don't work that way, man. And I'll even tell you, man, you are strikingly beautiful. Wow. Has nothing to do with sex. It's just how I am, man. I'll tell a guy he looks fucking good too. See, I don't have any qualms with that either. Hey, man, you are rocking that suit, dude. You look good. Doesn't make me gay. I can appreciate somebody looking good. I've always been that way. Not only that, but I'm looking at more what you're wearing. I'm looking into your eyes. I'm looking for the shining in your soul. See, it's the eyes. All these people that come on, they're like, oh, if you're an alcoholic drug addict, I can help you. And their eyes they're dead. We can help you today. Look for the eyes, man. They will shine. Will you tell me how husband he's smoking? Yeah, if you invite me to band practice. Not my husband. I had a feeling that was a mess up. Man, Steve is hot. Oh my God, Steve's so hot when he's playing guitar. No, he's a good looking man. He's a good looking dude. When he's playing guitar, he's better looking though. Just saying. Yeah. October 12th at 3 p.m. I'll be there. And now I'll just be frank. If you invite me, I will try and do some backup singing. I will try and interfere. I will let you know that now. But it's because I don't have many friends that want me around. So I get kind of excited. I'm actually I am not, what I am not is a lead singer. What I am though is I do impressions like you wouldn't believe. And I can match whatever you guys are doing. I just want to do a little fun backup singing for you. I think that would be fun. I don't want to be a part of the band or make decisions. I would rather you guys just tell me, Dion, you do this, and then I will go do it. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want to start a band. I don't want to, but I do want to be a part of, but I don't want to interfere with what other people are doing. That's not my jig. I'm just trying to be very transparent, even when it comes to friendship. So, well, I just love music, man. I love music. I feel it so fucking deep. All right. I'll Stand By You by the Pretenders is probably one song I listen to. I listen to a lot of songs often, but I've been listening to that one a lot lately. It just reminds me that I will do whatever I can to help somebody else out. And it describes me, even if you're wrong, I'll stand by you. Even if you fuck up, if you do this, if you get angry, well, I get angry too. And so that makes me a lot like you. And it's very endearing. And I'm not a Pretenders fan. It's the only Pretender song I really listen to. Not that Hines doesn't. She's a phenomenal singer, and Pretenders are a great band. Just wasn't really my music. Yeah. So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here. I do appreciate it. I love you.